Hello, everyone, and welcome to this class in the Wellness Lifestyle series. I am so excited to share with you today all about emotional wellness, including emotional aromatherapy, and how it affects your overall wellness. As I talked about in our previous class about rest and stress management, so many times we only want to talk about physical wellness when that's not all there is to wellness by any means. So, not only will we talk about physical wellness and the lifestyle in this series, in the eating right and the exercise classes in the beginning, but the last class I talked about rest and stress management. In this class, like I said, I am super excited to talk about emotional wellness because I think it's something that a lot of people don't actually realize they can benefit from when it comes to essential oils. So the first thing I want to talk about, and got to start with this, guys, because there is actually a logic behind all of this. I want to talk about the history and science behind emotional aromatherapy. So, aromatherapy has actually been used for thousands of years, including with ancient Greeks, Romans, Chinese, and Indians as well. So, many cultures have used essential oils for rituals along with religious practices. And although these practices were used for so many years, they were never really recognized for the aromatherapy properties until about the 20th century. So, after research started in the 1990s, biologists finally started to understand and realize more about the chemical sensors in the body and how they respond to the effects of scent. So, it's actually really interesting that so many years we have been using this, but we never really fully understood the science behind it. So, science. Whether you love or hate science, or quite frankly just find it confusing, which I do a lot of times, so I really try to keep the science talk down to a minimum. Um, I do, though, really appreciate good information on why and how things work the way they do. And that's why I truly love doTERRA, because when it comes to science and oils, they really try to make it as simple as possible for you. So you get the facts, but at the same time, you're not sitting there reading and rereading something like, what did I just what did I just read? I did actually get some great information from doTERRA that I wanted to include in this presentation, though, and I included the full information on the blog that goes along with this class. But just kind of a quick overview. So, when it comes to certain aromas, they can create emotions by triggering memories and stimulating emotional responses. This suggests that everyone has the ability to experience a distinct response when inhaling aromas. This internal response acts as an aromatic pathway that connects the aroma to different areas in the brain, which then triggers an emotional response. So I feel like we've all experienced this, at least I've experienced it so many times in my life, um, where you smell something and you're instantly taken to another place. So maybe you smell something and it reminds you of a vacation you had, or maybe you smell something and it reminds you of an individual that you care for. So maybe you smell a piece of clothing and it reminds you of a spouse or family member. I think we all have had those experiences where you smell something, an aromatic fragrance, and within seconds, you have a physical response to it. And I always have found that so wildly unbelievable that a simple smell can transport you into a completely different mindset. So I don't know. I have always found that really interesting. So when I was doing more research on putting this class together, I think I found it just even more enlightening to be like, oh my gosh, I've experienced these things. Maybe not necessarily all these years with essential oils, but I have experienced them and I now see how essential oils can affect you. So, when we inhale a distinct aroma, the scent is actually processed through the brain's olfactory system. So, this is the sensory system responsible for controlling our sense of smell. The system also connects to the limbic system, which is an area of the brain where memories and emotions are stored. Interesting, kind of goes back to what I just said. At this point, the limbic system actually produces a distinct response to the aroma based on memories that are associated with a particular smell, creating a rush of feelings that follow. Essential oils can produce responses that can be used to enhance well being and manage emotions in the same way. And then one of the other things that I wanted to talk about that goes with this unbelievable, amazing science, is that essential oils and essential oils blends, like the blends that are in the emotional aromatherapy system, are made up of basic chemicals that are categorized into different classifications. And in aromatherapy, different classifications are used to create different desired emotional responses, which is pretty interesting. So an example of this is doTERRA has actually put together a couple wheels. They may be a little difficult to see on this presentation, especially if you're watching this on your phone, but I did include them in the blog post that goes along with this class. So these wheels are such a great resource when trying to figure out which oils or blends are best for you and your emotional or mood needs. So this first wheel that I have on here has the 6 emotional aromatherapy blends. And you can kind of see that depending on your emotions, depends on the different natural resources that really affect you. So if you're looking for something that's more uplifting and cheerful, like the cheer blend, which is the yellow one on there, if you can't read it because it's small, you're going to go for more citrus blends and also spices. But on a completely different spectrum, if you're looking for something to bring more peace and reassuring, you're going to go for more mints and florals. So it's a really, really interesting thing, and we'll talk a little more later on in the class about the different properties of these specific oils. But I find it really interesting that depending on what your emotional and mood needs are, really depends on the different sources of oils. And this set of wheels is another beautiful resource. Again, like I said, if you do want to see these in a little more detail, they are on the blog, but this is more about individual oils, which I really love. So it goes over like grounding, calming, renewing, uplifting oils, the different oils that correspond with those emotions, and then it even goes more into the different science and their chemical makeup too. So it is a great resource when it comes to that. But without further ado, let's talk about oils. So the first oil I want to talk about is going to be Motivate. So this is the encouraging blend. And the best way to put it is it just helps strengthen belief in yourself. So this can go towards any type of motivation that you need in your life. And I think that's one of the great things about all of these oils. They don't mean something specific. So if someone needs motivation just to get out of bed and get to work, you can use this. If you need motivation to complete a paper, motivation to run a race, motivation to pack your bags, whatever it is, this can encourage you. So this blend actually combines citrus and mint essential oils, known for their uplifting properties, to create that encouraging effect to you. It helps promote feelings of confidence, courage, and belief, and also helps foster creativity and counteract any emotions of doubt and regain confidence. So I think that's such a beautiful and great thing about the Motivate oil. I personally love this oil. The citrus and just like the citrus, I'm a big citrus person, but the citrus and mint combined, love it. It's very fresh, clean. So, like I said, the primary benefits is it helps promote confidence, courage, and belief, and really counteracts that negative emotions of doubt. That is one of the big things in there. It includes peppermint, clementine as some of the main ingredients. You also have what is it? Basil, you have Melissa in there, beautiful oil, rosemary, and vanilla bean too. And I love anything with vanilla, so. The ways that you can actually use this oil, you can put it at the bottoms of your feet in the morning before you start your day. Like I said, great way to start your day. Diffuse it before you go to work or school. You can put it on your pulse points before participating in any sports events if you need a little extra motivation. Put it on your temples to help you focus throughout the day. And then, of course, you can always apply it to the back of your neck before you have to do anything big. So maybe you're at school and you need to give a big speech. Maybe you're at work and need to give a big speech. That are some of the ways that you can use this oil. The next one is cheer. Excuse me. This is the uplifting blend. And this was the first emotional aromatherapy oil that I probably fell in love with. But I use all of them. I have all of them. But depending on my mood, I use them all. But I really, truly, again, love this one. But it helps boost happiness and positivity. So with the help of spice and citrus, again, citrus, I love it. Citrus oils like wild orange and cinnamon. The chemical makeup of cheer really helps promote, like I said, the uplifting and warming feelings with those spices. Additionally, the star anise in the essential oil that's in it helps the energizing element and really helps you feel optimistic. So primary benefits: promotes feeling of optimism, cheerfulness, and happiness, and it counteracts negative emotions such as feeling down and blue and just unmotivated again. The ingredients, like I mentioned, you have that beautiful wild orange, clove, you have nutmeg, vanilla, ginger, cinnamon. If you're a pumpkin spice person, this is the oil for you. You can use it in so many different ways. You can apply it to your wrist so you can smell it throughout the day. You can diffuse it at home, work, or school. I love using this at work, especially in the diffuser. You can put it at the bottoms of your feet or a child's feet to help boost positivity and cheerfulness. And another thing, you can also put it in a diffuser in your car. So even if you don't have a diffuser that necessarily plugs into your car, you can put a few drops on a cotton ball or even a terracotta pot. You can put a few drops on, or a plate, like the little plates that go under the pot. Stick it under your car seat, not children's car seat, but the actual physical car seat in your car. And that way you can smell it throughout your car. Or if you don't have any way to diffuse it or anything like that, put a drop in your palm, rub them together, and just breathe in deeply, and it will help uplift your mood. The next oil, passion, and I feel like this is the most misunderstood oil blend that I can think of. There might be others, but this is one of the main ones that I can really think of. Passion is not about romance. It's not. It's about inspiring. So this is the inspiring blend. And I guess you could twist it to say it's about romance, but it's really about love. So whether it's about self-love or passion towards something else in your life, that's what this blend means. I feel like a lot of people, when they see the passion blend, they're like, oh no, that's romantic. I don't want to give that to my teenager or something like that. That is not the case, guys. So this blend will inspire the willingness to take risks and new discoveries, and really whatever you're passionate about or whatever you're inspiring to complete, this is the oil for you. When you're feeling feelings of boredom or disinterest, passion will really help rekindle those feelings of excitement and joy. It really pulls the renewing properties from herbal and spice essential oils and creates a chemical profile that allows whoever uses it to really benefit from the warming and also rejuvenating properties. So, yeah, the primary benefits really just igniting those feelings of excitement, passion, and joy, and counter-reacting those negative feelings of boredom and disinterest, no matter what the subject is. You have oils like cardamom, cinnamon, ginger, clove, warming feelings, sandalwood. Then you have jasmine, vanilla too. So those are all great oils that are just very comforting but inspiring too. So how can you use it? Very similar to the other ones. Put it on your wrist to really spark that creativity and clarity and wonder. You can use it as a personal fragrance. I love this as a personal fragrance. It's so beautiful. You can diffuse it in the morning or throughout the day. Apply it to your pulse points and over your heart too, to really help inspire you and create that creativity too. So the next oil, forgive. This is a great oil if you really need to release anger or guilt and just move forward feeling renewed. So this is a renewing blend. This blend is so just, oh, it's renewing. I always call it my stress blend. I love it for that factor. So it's an encouraging blend with the chemical components of tree and herb essential oils, which just help overall balance of emotions in situations of stress and frustration. It's fresh and woody aroma. Also helps counteract any anger and guilt, while also promoting those liberating feelings of contentment, relief, and patience too. It includes oils such as spruce, bergamot, juniper berry, myrrh, arbor vitae, thyme, and it has a hint of citronella, but honestly, you can't smell it, so you're not going to come out smelling like a citronella candle, so don't worry about that. The ways you can use it, you can diffuse while meditating to help release harboring feelings of anger and guilt. And I feel like that's another thing a lot of people misinterpret when people are like, you have to meditate with us. That's not the fact. You don't have to have your yoga mat and sit down and do a whole ritual. You don't need to do that. If you want to do that, that's wonderful. But even if it's simple, just taking a 15-minute break at work, going outside and sitting on a bench and just getting away from the world, taking that time to just clear your mind, that can be considered meditation. So this is one of the ways that you can use it. You can also use it on your pulse points or diffuse similar to the other oils to just help create those renewing and calming feelings. Kind of in that same category is going to be the Console blend. This blend is such an amazing blend if you have anybody going through a hard time. This is the comforting blend. It will help you feel just more hopeful, comforted, and emotionally balanced. It has not only tree but flower components, which offer grounding and renewing chemical structure to help ward off feelings of grief. The renewing and the comforting scent of the blend will also help with feelings of hope and really help with sadness and disappointment as well too. So no matter what's going on, whether it's a loss of a friend, family member, a pet, or maybe it's something completely unrelated to loss in that sense, but maybe you miss out on a job that you really want or something like that. Loss can come in so many different ways, and grief can come in so many different ways that's again why I love these oils. So some of the main ingredients, which is probably why I'm so obsessed with this oil, is frankincense, patchouli, ylang ylang, sandalwood, and rose are just some of the main oils that I personally love every single one of them, so it only makes sense that I'm obsessed with this oil. And even if you don't particularly love any of those specific oils, doesn't mean that you're not going to love the blends. And I think a lot of people think that, and I used to be like that too. I used to not be a big fan of ylang ylang. I did not like it. I do like it now, but I didn't like it. So usually if I would see a blend and I would read through it really fast, I'd be like, frankincense, okay, patchouli, okay, ylang ylang, ugh, nope, I don't want that. What I have found is doTERRA takes so much time and so much care into really creating these beautiful blends where even if you don't like one of the tiny components within the blend, don't dismiss the blend overall. Trust me, because they do an amazing job creating these blends to work so well together and create amazing fragrances. So, just kind of my little side note on if you think you don't like a fragrance. But anyways, how can you use this? During times of loss, apply to your heart or the bottoms of your feet in the morning to really kickstart your day and help you feel those comforting feelings. You can place in drawers or closets to give clothes a comforting aroma. So you can put it on like a cotton ball, or if you have any of those like wool dryer balls, you can do that. One of the best things to do is just inhale directly. So you can apply it on your wrist, or if you even want to put a drop in your hand, you can do that too. And diffuse. So whether it's diffusing in your car, in your house, just to really get that aroma out there so you can experience those comforting benefits. The last oil in the emotional aromatherapy set, I guess you could say, of 6 oils that all kind of go with different emotions would be the peace oil. So this is the reassuring blend. Such a fun, beautiful one. It helps with feelings of contentment, composure, and reassurance, especially when it comes to anxious feelings that are overwhelming for you. So if you are someone that has those anxious feelings, this one is for you. It combines floral and mint essential oils to really come together to provide anyone who uses it with that renewing experience. You're going to have oils like spearmint and lavender that help promote feelings of balance. So I love this one because I love spearmint and lavender. If you've ever smelled spearmint and lavender together, perfection. Like I said, it does help with feelings of peace, reassurance, and helps with those anxious feelings or fearful, oh my goodness, I can talk, emotions too. So if you have something that's coming up and you're really anxious and you're fearful about it, this is the oil for you. It's going to include other oils like vetiver, ylang ylang again, and frankincense, along with clary sage and marjoram too. So it's a very interesting combination of oils, and you're probably, if you're familiar with them, thinking, how do these work together? But they do. So how do you use them? Put a drop on your hand, rub it together, and inhale deeply. You can diffuse it again. Use it at the bottoms of your feet or a child's feet right before something big is happening, or if they have a lot of anxious feelings. You can, like I said, just overall diffuse, especially at night. This is a great one at nighttime if you have a hard time winding down and calming down. And then you could also diffuse and inhale before taking a test or presenting in front of a large group. This is one of those great oils. So like I said, those are the main 6 emotional aromatherapy oils. But one oil I actually wanted to talk about isn't considered one of the 6 because it came a little after. And this oil actually has an amazing story behind it. And that's why I wanted to share it, because not only does it have a beautiful story, an inspiring story, but it also benefits us to use it now. So the oil that I really want to talk about, and I'm not going to be able to get in a lot of details because this could be an entire class or 2 or 3 on its own, is going to be the Hope oil. So Hope actually came about after one of the conventions. All of the entire purchase of the doTERRA Hope Touch bottle is donated to the Healing Hands Foundation, which helps support efforts to fight sex trafficking worldwide. It was actually created originally to help victims of sex trafficking. It didn't look like this, it looked a little different. It had, sometimes you'll see it with like more of a cursive writing on it. Those are the original bottles. And they were actually handed out to anyone that may be a victim of sex trafficking. And when you peeled off the label, it actually had information on how to get help. How amazing is that? So doTERRA has done so much work at trying to help with sex trafficking and really just fight it the best that we possibly can. So this is one of the ways they did it. They created this hope oil that not only has the emotional benefits, but would also give them a physical thing to help them get out of the situation they were in. And why they chose to do it this way was it was discreet. So the way the bottle was created was that, say someone was potentially a victim of sex trafficking, what they could actually do was give this bottle of what appeared to be just perfume to the individual. And once that individual actually looked at the bottle and kind of inspected a little more, they could see that there was actually information to get help. So such an amazing, amazing story behind this oil, and that's why I wanted to share it. But I just want to go over what it really is. So it's an essential oil blend that combines fresh scent of bergamot along with ylang ylang, frankincense, and that really creates a sweetened, slightly warming aroma, along with the vanilla bean that's in there too. Like I mentioned, with each purchase of Hope, the full purchase price is donated to the Healing Hands Foundation, which I did include a link in the blog post with a little more information. Its primary benefits are just what it says. It's uplifting with a bright, fresh scent, and it provides just an overall unique aroma for a personalized fragrance, which I love. It is in a touch roller too, which is unlike the other ones we went over initially. And the great thing is that means it's already pre-diluted, so you can use it right straight out of the roller bottle as a personal fragrance. I love that. So you can put it on your wrist, neck, pulse points, and you're good to go. So it's great to just throw in your purse and you're ready to go for the day. So we just went over all of these amazing emotional oils, and you're probably thinking, what do I do with all that information? How do I get started? So the great thing with the emotional aromatherapy oils is there's a lot of different ways that you can get them in your home and get started with them. As I've mentioned in all the other videos, if you are not someone, if you currently do not have an account, the great thing is with a new account, you'll actually get wholesale pricing, so 25% off the retail pricing for a year. You'll have the ability to earn free products monthly. You'll get a welcome package from myself. You'll also get a personalized oil consultation along with a blend. And best part about it, best part hands down, is you're going to get education similar to this, but even more, and a community that's going to really help provide the education and help you thrive. And the best part for so many people, you don't have to sell. You don't have to sell a single oil. You don't have to. You can just purchase oils yourself and you don't have to do any of that. So that's one of the great things. So how can you get them? One of the best ways is going to Emotional Aromatherapy Diffuse Kit. This kit is awesome. So you are going to get one of the newest diffusers from doTERRA. It's a 10-hour diffuser. That's amazing. It's so cute too. I love it. So you're going to get the diffuser, and you're going to get all 6 of the emotional aromatherapy oils in the 5 milliliter bottles. And that alone is just phenomenal. So you can diffuse them in the diffuser, or you could always make roller bottles out of them too. So you have so many different options when you grab this kit. And I always love to stress too, when it comes to the kit, all 6 of those bottles are 5 milliliter size. So you're going to have approximately about 85 drops in each bottle, which may not seem a lot, but because they are the blends, they tend to be a little stronger. So if you just grab a bottle of lavender versus a 5 milliliter bottle of one of the blends, you're definitely going to notice that the blends are a little stronger just because of the way they're chemically, like the chemical components of them are. And goes back to doTERRA creating these beautiful blends. So you really get a lot out of those 5 milliliter bottles. I still have actually all 6 of the original bottles that I purchased, which were probably about a year ago now. And I I use my oils. I don't skimp on my oils whatsoever, and I still have the originals of all 6. Although I believe it's my cheer. Yeah, I think it's my cheer that's getting pretty low, so I probably do need to buy that soon. The next 2 kits that I want to talk about are phenomenal kits. If you're serious about overhauling your life and you just want to get rid of all that junk in your life and get oils, these 2 kits are it. So there's the Every Oil Kit, and then there's also the Diamond Kit. In the Every Oil Kit, you get just that, every single doTERRA oil. So you can see kind of at the top left of that picture, you get all 6 of the emotional aromatherapy oils. You also get the diffuser from the previous kit that I talked about. You're going to get a selection of some of the rollers, and then you're going to get all of the other oils. There's really not much more to say other than you get all the oils, guys. So if you're serious about really overhauling your life and getting those oils, that is the kit to do it. Now, if you're serious about overhauling your overall wellness and lifestyle, the Diamond Kit is it. You get all the oils from the Every Oil Kit and all the products too, which is just so outrageous to me. It's so crazy and amazing, and it's so unreal to watch. I know one of the girls that is in our Facebook group, she got the Diamond Kit and she actually did an unboxing of it, and it was so phenomenal to just see all these products all at once just in front of her. It was so great. So if you're really serious about overhauling your lifestyle, these kits are it. Now, if you're already serious and you already have your account with doTERRA, you can actually get these oils in a couple different ways. One of the ways is you can just get the emotional aromatherapy system. So it's all 6 of the 5 milliliter bottles, which you can see here. It won't include a diffuser, but you may already have one. If you already got one of the original enrollment kits, you may have a diffuser. So you can just grab all 6 of these and you're good to go. The last way to get all these oils, which is a wonderful way, especially if you plan to use these oils with children, is the Emotional Aromatherapy Touch Collection. So this is great because, as I mentioned, similar to the Hope blend, these are all already pre-diluted, so you can roll them on and you're good to go, which is perfect when it comes to kids. One of the things I do want to say too is if you're someone that doesn't have an account, but you do want to grab just the oils or just the touch oils, definitely feel free to reach out to me because there is a way that you can do that as well too. So don't feel like just because you don't have an account means you can't get those. So definitely just send me a message and we can kind of talk a little more about that. The only other thing I do want to mention is that's not directly related to emotional aromatherapy oils, but there is another kit that not everybody knows about, but it's called the Mood Management Kit. And I talk about this a little more on the blog, so definitely check that out if you're interested. But it's just a little extra support for emotions and moods, and it actually includes 15 milliliter bottles of the Elevation, Balance, Serenity, and Citrus Bliss blends, along with 3 full-size hand and body lotions. So it's a pretty good deal. And last but not least, I just want to thank you. So thanks for checking out the class. I know it's very different from the previous classes that I did because it was more about emotion and mood, which is something a lot of people don't talk about when it comes to wellness. But that is it. The next class I am really excited to talk about because it is one of the classes that really, I heard a very similar class and it kind of changed my outlook on so many different things. But it's going to be about reducing the toxic load, not only in your body, but throughout your household as well. So definitely make sure you jump on the website and keep updated on when that class will be posted, because I'll have a lot of information not only about your physical health in your body and reducing toxins, but also in your household as well too. So I hope you guys enjoyed this class, but if you do have any additional questions, or if you're ready to grab some of those oils for yourself, feel free to reach out. I have some of my contact information on here, but of course it's always on the website as well.